The XTERRA family is composed of athletes from many walks of life. But what binds this community together is a common purpose, a genuine love for the sport, a thirst to be in nature and to share the journey with like-minded athletes. XTERRA competitors lift each other up. Their success comes because of, not at the expense of, their fellow warriors.
There is a Hawaiian saying that says that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a family to raise a champion. It takes friends to raise that champion. It takes support from all angles to raise that champion.
Nowhere is the special spirit of community more evident than in an XTERRA finish line, where racers, after hours of struggle, are quick to embrace and to celebrate.
You all suffer out there, which is a big thing that brings people together. And also, everyone's always willing to help someone else. So if something goes wrong, someone's always willing to throw you a spare tube or ask if you're okay. I think there's a massive sharing of knowledge because everyone who does XTERRA loves it and wants it to grow as a sport, which it is doing so now.
Usually when you're in sports, it's really hard to actually really like the person that beat you in the race. But here, generally, we see that all the athletes get along pretty well. And that's what makes XTERRA Family really nice.
Following a devastating injury in Maui in 2012, Ron Hill, a top competitor in his age group, was blown away by the encouragement he received from the XTERRA community. Bolstered by that support, Hill was back in the saddle only months later.
A couple of years ago, I crashed real bad. Broke my pelvis. Spent 2.5 weeks in Queens Medical Center in Honolulu. And that's when you find out that this is a family. I got so many letters, cards, emails from people back home. A lot of the athletes, the family had tried to meet is much bigger than I'm sure any other athlete's experience.
Jamie Whitmore, the winningest female elite in XTERRA history, returned to the sport as a challenged athlete after cancer cost her the use of her left leg. The reception she received was overwhelming.
I remember being a pro. You're racing for money, and you're racing for points at the end all for the USA Championship. But not one guy, one pro guy that passed me didn't stop to like either high five or pat me on the back or say something like slow down to say like, it's so great to see you out here. So it was at that point that it became incredibly emotional for me because it was just such a long journey and nobody thought I'd be there. And here all these guys were in the middle of a heated race where you're battling out to win, that they took the time to encourage me and acknowledge the fact that I was out there.
Go get him. Love you. Rock and roll.